Hello and welcome again to Nerf News, your number one source for Nerf news on the net. I'm your host Drac, and today we're going to be talking about darts. I know, darts aren't particularly exciting, particularly because what is this, elementary school? I'm going to give you a history lesson for those of you that are new to the hobby before I even tell you about the exciting new thing that's happening. So, Nerf blasters fire Nerf darts, and to do that, they have to adapt to different kinds of darts throughout the years. So if you go way back, you have things like the Laramie darts, which obviously won't accept things, and you have weird cross-compatibilities between vintage megas and current megas and micro darts. So this is a micro dart that's kind of where I started in the hobby. This is a micro suction dart. It was originally for the Nightfinder, the Maverick, and Woodfire out of the Vulcan. Now, then the most accurate ammo that I really liked came along, and that was these. These are the Sonic micro darts. They were fireable out of both Mavericks and the Tech Target Blaster. Then later were fireable out of the Vulcan and a few other things like the Firefly. Rev 8 would fire these, and I loved these. I used to refer to them as black Whistler darts because there were other colors of Whistler darts, and the black foam was a little bit stiffer, a little bit better, a lot like current Elite darts are. And then, so just real quick, if you have never faced off as a zombie against a human group that has a decent blowgunner with micro darts, you can't truly appreciate how awesome these things are because they're very accurate in my opinion. I like them a lot. Now, then we had Streamlined darts. Streamlined darts were super duper significant because they allowed you to fire out of clipazines for the first time. So we had the long shot, and then later like things like the Recon, etc., which fired these Streamlined darts, which were able to be used with magazines. And the problem was you could no longer use my precious Sonic Micro Whistler darts because they wouldn't fit in original N-Strike magazines or any N-Strike magazines, even the Elite ones. And so these were horribly inaccurate. They were terrible, they were fragile, they just weren't very good. You can see that the stems were very long, so making them reverse compatible was the Elite dart. The Elite dart was really like hearkened as like this ultimate dart because it fit and worked well in everything. It worked in things that took micro darts, it worked in things that took Streamlined darts, and it was more accurate and flew better than just about anything. It was excellent. The Elite dart really changed the way that a lot of games were played because it was a universally compatible dart that could do everything. And so that was insanely cool. It had stiff foam, it had a reasonably weighty tip, like it was just an excellent dart. And now I'm here to leak to you the new ACCUSTRIKE darts. And this is what they look like. So immediately I am disappointed because I wanted these to be a shorter length of dart, really change the game up, and not be 50 caliber, but it's pretty obvious that these are going to be the same 50 caliber, same regular standard length darts that are currently just dominating the market today, and that's good because it means that just like the revolutionary Elite dart, they're going to be backwards compatible, which is excellent. These should fire out of just about everything that you have in your armory. But what makes them strange, it's not just that they're orange with black tips, Halloween darts, here we go, it's that they have a new size and shape of tips. So the Elite darts came in two flavors. You had this flavor, you can see this little air hole here making a kind of compressible pocket so that these could be fired at various things. And then there was the suction dart, which was very accurate and had a relatively hard tip, but weighed a little bit less. So these remind me a lot of some of the knockoff darts. So this is actually, I think, a Vauberry dart, which is like a knockoff Elite that's a little bit more solid. But what they really remind me of, with this very solid head that almost looks to be in line, and of course this is an image not web ready, leaked from my secret source photo of the retail usage of the ACCUSTRIKE darts. This looks to be a uniform diameter throughout. So all other darts have had kind of a tapering. For those of you that don't know what tapering means, it's where something starts wide and gets narrow. And so even Koosh darts, my absolute favorite kind of knockoff dart, which are excellent in terms of their accuracy and durability, are tapering because the little couche tips get smaller as they go up, and so even elite darts do this, even the Vowberry darts do this. Now then there was a dart called the FVJ, which had a solid tip that still tapered but was made of hard vinyl, plasticky, rubberized kind of material, and those are very accurate, but they tend to hurt. So I think that this will be a soft tip just because it's hard to imagine that Hasbro won't be using something soft for something that's designed for various kinds of play. But this is the ACCUSTRIKE dart. I'm almost certain that it's a full-length dart, which makes me sad, and I think that this is going to be some sort of soft but solid tip to give it more accuracy, and maybe it'll be a little bit heavier so that it'll fly a little bit farther out of these ACCUSTRIKE blasters that are coming out. But it's good to know that the new dart is going to be kind of like this. I think that it's going to be a consistent diameter throughout, which means that it'll be excellent for making those homemade darts. All you have to do is cut it in half and fire it, which is pretty easy. But that is kind of my thoughts on it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. What do you think it's going to do? Now, of course, the picture is of a terrible resolution, so like, is there a chance that this is a hollow point and similar to an elite suction cup dart? I don't think that that's going to be the case because that would slow down a dart, but it was suggested to me when I shared this with some people in the SENC. So let me know what you think. I'm really curious. I welcome our new ACCUSTRIKE dart overlords. I hope that they are even better than elite darts, and maybe just maybe, if we're lucky, they'll be around the price point of some of these knockoff darts, because these are crazy inexpensive and these are very expensive, particularly these guys, because you can't buy them in bulk. So I'm hoping that this is somewhere in between, a better dart for less money to really compete with some of these knockoffs, which take a lot of sales from the mothership. So that's my opinion on this dart. That's the first images released on this dart, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, I did not Photoshop this. This is definitely the real deal. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I accidentally flipped through to it, so I will tell you that tomorrow's video is about a very cool Strife kit that I installed on a blaster. So you have that to look forward to. I'm currently in New Orleans for work, which is why there's a ton of weird background noise, because air conditioning is really important here in the quarter. But I'll catch you guys later. Much love. Nerf on. Drac out.